Hello again. My name is Brother Sean, and today I want to share something with you. Whilst I was out this morning walking the dogs quite early along the estuary of Morecambe Bay, I decided to just embrace my God through the natural world. And it was a beautiful experience watching the sun reflect its rays on the bay, on the sheep grazing, and I could hear the birds singing. And I began to reflect many years ago as a young monk in a Catholic monastery of how rigid I felt in my heart, of how little time I had to understand the mystery and beauty of God. And now, much older and hopefully a little bit wiser, here I was with our two little dogs, Clemmy and Winston, and I stood looking over at the Cumbrian fells, and there was nothing but joy in my heart. And I want to share what I was given. And the vision, the words that resonated were words in preparation for our Holy Founder's Feast Day, which is that of St. Francis, October the 4th, 2010. And in my heart I was being guided to be aware of a spiritual tsunami, where the Antichrist is doing his utmost to discourage many of us, even within the Teo community, from going back into our head, our ego, and instead of honouring the heart, we're processing what the head is telling us. And I really do believe that the ego, the head, is the seedbed of the Antichrist. The Antichrist isn't out there, he's in here. And he tempts me every day to surrender my promise and walk away from God, to go back outside and enjoy dishonouring my heart. Now, I've chosen this life, you haven't, I have. And my life is an offering of love. Not guilt, not fear, it's of love. And it's in service to God, for Kutumi Village, for the interfaith Franciscan community who will be taken seriously by other beliefs, that we're here to walk with you, to work with you as prayer partners. We're not activists in terms of going out with street banners promoting Greenpeace issues, but rather we have chosen the most difficult, I believe, to stay centered and grounded in our heart, and to honor our heart, which is to do the simple things, the ordinary things, extraordinarily well, and to use them as a prayer. And that prayer is for you, to honor your heart, and please God, become involved in the vision of Francis, from Magdalena, Francis, Kuan Yin, and all the Ascended Masters, from Mother Earth, from God Himself, to unite all faiths and none. But how do we do it? What is the platform? Do we set up a new church? No. What we do is we consolidate the mighty companions. Now, we're approaching the first anniversary of the League of Friends that was established by St. Francis to protect the monastics. And the monastics, like myself, we have taken a vow of providence. And that vow is a constitutional sacred promise, where we agreed to walk in faith that God will meet our needs, not our wants. So we're prohibited from applying for any form of funding for basic things such as our admin costs, the postage stamp, the telephone call, insurance. So we trust in God, even though we don't sit around, we work at it, we make the chutneys. Mother Olivia makes the beautiful peace malas, the Teo beads of peace. And we use those items to bring in some minimal funding. But the League of Friends was established and I invited friends to come on board, friends whose names I was given. I didn't put names in a hat, shake it and say, oh good, I've got this one. No, they were people's names given to me, and I contacted them in faith. But over the last 11 months, 10 months, I have seen each of the members who came on board attacked by the Antichrist. And it left me feeling bewildered and confused, disheartened, just like Jesus. When he healed the 10 lepers and only one returned, and he said to the one who returned to say, thank you, didn't I heal 9? Now I know how he felt, and whilst I don't do what I do for praise, I do it for love, for you. And though I've paid the price where people have rejected me for being religious when I'm not, I'm more of your spiritual lap dancer for JC and the Sunshine Band than I am your egotistical religious fruitcake. I've done all that years ago. It made me miserable. 12 years of therapy is a long time to overcome guilt, fear and low self-esteem. But today, the vision for the League of Friends is being relaunched. And it's being relaunched with impetus. And today I was guided to put it out on YouTube, to invite 7 like-minded friends who are willing to make a commitment of 1 to 2 hours a week, that's all. To bring their skills, their love, their wisdom, for an eco-sustainable lay monastic community where men and women of different faiths who are walking a spiritual path can live in eco-pods or yurts. It doesn't matter, but they will live not together in a dormitory but in their own little space. And adjacent to that, friends will come and join them and support them, and together we will do something magnanimous for the universe. We will create a vortex of light, a heart-centered response, demonstrating peace, compassion, integrity, and Franciscan hospitality from our hearts. We will come 3 times a day to sing and celebrate, and then go about our business earning income for the Abbey of St. Francis of Peace and Compassion for all faiths. The League of Friends is now a legal body in its own right with its own bank account. It needs 7 good people who will chair it, who will secretary it, who will look after its funding, who will do its PR, who will take care of the members, who will oversee application for funding, and who will come together as a family with no ego, no agenda, because committees attract strange people, don't they? And I've seen it for myself over the years. You have these who come up with great ideas, but they've no intention of following them. They seem to love the sound of their own voice. Well, I'm sorry, I'm hands-on. And if I've asked you and you've joined us but had to walk away because of drama or personal injury or personal circumstance, will you please forgive me for putting you on the spot? But if you're new to this and you would like to do something creative, don't be put off. God's field of dreams bypasses planners. The Berlin Wall didn't come down because of political correctness. It came down because the people of God united, with belief or non-belief. They came together and they voted not with their feet but with their heart. They consolidated as mighty companions, and that's what we've got to do. The Antichrist is telling us we can't do it because of planning laws and regulations. But my heart is saying, and it is said today, rise up, consolidate and unite and be a people of prayer. Celebrate and manifest the abundance of God. Are you willing to be a part of that beautiful vision? Then come. Bless you. Bless you for taking this time to listen to Father Ted.